Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. So, give me 6 minutes to explain what Snapchat is, what an IPO is, and what I think about it. March is Kids Month at Real Life Trading, and there's a lot of kids on Snapchat. So, for those of you who might not know, I got a lot of older traders and investors as well. Snapchat actually started as a photo app that was really built for the club environment. It let people send pictures back and forth, and they would just disappear after a few seconds. Why would anyone do that? Why would you send a picture that disappears after a few seconds? Well, that's literally how Snapchat started. But then they got creative. They're like, well, let's do a lot of different things for it. So it has become a communication device, a photo sharing device. It's really like Facebook, but with pictures, and it's immediate and it's quick, and kids love it. Adults love it too. I don't personally use Snapchat very much, but anyway, a lot of people do, a lot of people like it. So what is an IPO? IPO stands for Initial Public Offering. This means that the stock is saying, okay, we want to raise money, so we actually sell shares of ourselves to other people. So when someone buys a share, they're literally owning part of the company. They are buying into the stock. So when they own the share of the stock, they literally share a percentage of the company. That's correct. Now, if you bought 1 or 100 shares, granted, you're going to own a very small percentage, but nonetheless, you are part owner of Snapchat. Let's talk about now what I personally think the stock is going to do on an actual stock level. We're going to hop into the charts and look at some previous history on IPOs similar to Snapchat. Let's hop over here to ticker symbol Facebook. Right? A lot of you are very familiar with Facebook. And what I'm going to do is just put up a line chart and just kind of hide this one for a second. What's very important to understand is that when an IPO comes out, no one really knows much about it. Right? No one really knows about its fundamentals. There's not a lot of information. It's the total Wild West. So what usually happens in most tech IPOs is the stock opens and then it crumbles for a while. So I usually suggest waiting for at least a week or two before you get into a share of an IPO. Now, I know that sounds crazy. What a lot of people are afraid of is that Snapchat's going to open up at $17 and then run to 50, and they're like, oh, I could have made so much money. It's not that easy to get into an IPO, okay? You have to make an arrangement and a deal with your broker. Actually call them on the phone before you're actually getting any shares of this particular stock. So it's not that simple as just going in and buying it on the computer and boom, you're making money. A lot of times when the stock opens, most normal investors are not even in. So once it's actually trading on the markets, sometimes it can take a day or two before the normal people like you and I are going to be taking that particular trade. So my suggestion is always wait for at least a week to 2 to 3 weeks before you're buying long-term positions of an IPO, any IPO, and specifically Snapchat, because I am very confident that Snapchat over the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe in 2 to 3 months, will go lower than $17. In fact, I'm going to make a wager on it in some form or fashion. I still don't know what it's going to be yet, but Snapchat's going to go lower than $17 in the next few months. That I'm sure of. So when you get an opportunity to buy, this is a chart of Facebook. So you'll notice Facebook opened around $38 per share on its IPO and then just got obliterated. I mean, we're talking about a huge drop in price, almost 50% lower than it was when it opened. And that was over the course of about 2 to 3 months. And then, of course, we all know what happened to Facebook. People realized its fundamentals. People were able to see into what's going on, what's happening, and Facebook just started crushing it. I think it's a very good chance that Snapchat could do something similar, but it's going to be all about what kind of acquisitions they do, how much revenue and ad revenue they make, right? So let's go look at Twitter. Twitter, Snapchat, somewhat similar, I would imagine. So Twitter, as you'll notice, also opened and traded lower after the IPO. Another tech stock based on your phone, messaging, communication, and pictures opened, then traded lower, and then went higher. So we have Facebook. We have Twitter. Let's go look at Line Corporation, ticker symbol LN. A lot of people don't know what this one is, but this is another social media company that's very, very popular in the Asian communities and in China and in Japan. So Line Corporation, ticker symbol LN, opened, dropped, and then continued higher, and now is low again. So again, opened, continued lower, and then was a buying opportunity. We're going to see this all across the board on tech stocks. Here's Shopify, ticker symbol SHOP, another IPO that people are really, really excited about. It opened. This is one that actually did run about 2 weeks after it opened, and people really, really want to get in, and so people started buying where? People bought at the top. People started buying right there. Right? They weren't patient. They didn't wait for a good price. An IPO is very, very rare. In fact, I haven't seen one yet that has just opened, run to the moon, has never looked back. You're like, oh no, I'm missing it. I haven't seen one yet. You're going to get an opportunity to buy at a good price. Just wait. Just be patient. That is the key in the stock market. If you want to get paid, be patient. Okay? So Shopify opened, ran, and then you'll notice they had a great opportunity to buy about a year later after it opened at a much, much lower price. And I can do this all day. I can show you examples of this. Let's go look at Ferrari. Ferrari, not at all similar to Snapchat, but you'll notice its IPO, it opened, it tanked about 50%, got a really good buying opportunity, and then it continued higher. Here's another one, Square, ticker symbol SQ. Not Squarespace, but this is the point of sale processing. It opened, tanked, and then bounced. It happens all the time. People get in, they rush in, they buy, it tanks, they sell, they lose, and then the smart people who are waiting, they buy, right? Warren Buffett said the stock market is a great dictator between who is patient and wealthy and impatient and broke. Ladies and gentlemen, learn to read the charts, learn to be patient. I know a company that will teach all of this to you for free. It doesn't matter if you're 10 or 10 times 10. It is Kids Month at Real Life Trading. Thanks for watching. If you're a kid and you want to invest in Snapchat, let me know. Email me, Jerremy@reallifetrading.com, or message me on my Facebook page or LinkedIn or Twitter @NewsomeNuggets. I don't have a Snapchat. Well, I do, but I don't really use it. At least not yet. I'm not cool enough. I don't take enough pictures to even share it. So anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Until next time, love life, live life, and trade it.